You get done. You know what I mean? So just for that day, when I was 7 years old, I threw a party at Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid, you know, and the deal for that was I told my friends to bring a gift, not for me. That doesn't apply to you guys for Saturday, but I told them. I told my friends, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay? I told my friends, I said, bring a gift for a child ages 1 through 7, and so they brought like all these new things, diapers, toys, coloring books, bottles, clothes, whatever you can name, there was there, and I had reserved the party for 30 people, it was close to 70 that showed up.
Wow.
And we had just bags and bags of things, and I donated it to 2 recovery homes. I'm talking about living amends here, because sometimes it hurts like I can't tell you, to know that I have a child and I don't know what she looks like, to know that she's about to enter adolescence and I don't know what she's going through. I just pray to God that she's in a family that's safe, and that they're loving her and that they're not harming her or touching her inappropriately. Because when you come from the background I come from, when I got sober, I would hear a kid crying and I would get so freaked out that I would have to turn off everything in my apartment. And I would have to go to every window to hear where the cry was coming from. And then I would have to time it to see if I felt they were crying too long, if something was happening. And I would call the police over and over. It's alcoholic torture. And I had to get some freedom. At 5.5 years sober, I made amends to my mother. I didn't think I would ever do it. I am the eldest of 3. There's a younger brother and sister who lived with her, who had had broken bones, torture, things that I was never going to share from a podium of Alcoholics Anonymous, because I don't want you to take it with you in your psyche. I said I will never make amends to her, and the time came. It's easy to be in a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous, you get so spiritual, you start levitating. You know what I mean? I just love you, so you can love yourself. You know what I mean? It's very different when you have to take these principles outside of meetings and you have to apply them to the people that have harmed you most. That's when your spiritual condition is defined. This is not easy. This is not for the faint of heart. It takes work. Anyone that tells you there's no work in being here is simply not doing any. I don't drink near beer because I'm not near sober. You know what I mean? It's that type of deal. And I made amends to my mother. I wrote her. She's in prison where she will remain. She wrote me back. She said she is born again. As many people who go to prison are, in opinion, you know what I mean? And so we correspond, and sometimes I can't open her letters because it hurts too bad. Some days I can't open her letters because it's too real. There are years when I take my cake, I'm sitting there and I want my mother to be in the front row, but that's not the hand I was dealt. It does not mean that my case is different. I have learned to get my love from the women here in Alcoholics Anonymous that have come, that have done the work, that have healed, that show me how to love, that I can love my babies and I can love you. I believe you are a newcomer until you take all 12 steps. All 12. It says, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these, the implication is that you have done the preceding steps. So if you are sitting here for years in meetings and you have yet to take 12 steps, that tells me your primary purpose and my primary purpose is not the same. And I'm reluctant to hang out with you because there may come a time when I'm going through a dark period where your solution may not be a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous, maybe something else. I'm very careful what I do today with my sobriety. After coming through almost 2 years of wanting to drink and being able to stay here, I'm very careful with my conduct and what I do. I need to change my conduct. I used to think it was a compliment when someone was in a relationship and they would flirt with me. I thought it was because I was so cute. No, that's not what it means. It's disrespectful. Amen. They're disrespecting me. They're disrespecting their partner. They're disrespecting themselves. But when I don't feel enough, I accept behavior like that. See, I know I'm enough today. And remember, ladies, when you leave, you're enough. It's already done. It is in divine order right now. You know, this is good, and I'm good, and I'm going to go to the beach after this. And I'm going to tan because I'm feeling a little pale. So I just want to share this spiritual experience, and I'm going to have a seat. But really, I thank you so much for allowing me to be here, and I look forward to just making some friends over the weekend because my job is done. Yeah, that's right. I'm hanging out, you know, and support my friends Bobby and Angie, you know, this is good, because we have friendships forming, and it's important to me. You know, and my dear friend Kalika is like my sister. You know what I mean? Like, I love her. She has my back. It's a good deal. Sometimes life on life's terms can suck big time. You know what I mean? It's good to know you have a friend in the corner. Like, I don't take those things lightly. You've taught me how to be a friend, to suit up and show up, to have integrity, to not lie, to not deceive. You've taught me that, and I have some people I call friends in my corner, and I look forward to making some more. You know, spiritual experience, one of the most beautiful spiritual experiences for me, and I've had many, I continue to have many, is to look in the eyes of one of the ladies I sponsor over the flickering flame of a one-year candle. Having seen her come in this program broken and devastated from the disease of alcoholism. Watching her, she starts to apply our principles and our traditions in her life, and she starts to walk in her own stride, in her own grace, in her own dignity. Looking her in the eye as she blows out that flickering one-year flame, that is a spiritual experience. This is a journey you must not miss, but if you want what we have, then I can only suggest that you do what we do. Thank you.